My name is James. My nickname is Coach Ballgame. And my favorite thing to do is eat spaghetti and meatballs while I'm playing the drums. But my other favorite thing to do is coach baseball, and that's what I do for a living. I coach Sandlots, which is kind of like a laid-back baseball camp, and I do it all over the country.
Here we go. Moneyball Channel, bring another one to you here. So today I have with me, and happy to have Mr. James Lowe. Most of the world's going to know him a little bit better by Coach Ballgame. This guy is not only an ambassador for Major League Baseball tour out on the road, and this guy, just pretty much what he does, ages 5 to 12, takes the kids out, shows them the 2 F's, as I call it, fun and fundamentals of baseball. I'm very, very proud to have him on the show today. How you doing, Coach?
D-Money, thanks for having me here. I'm just chilling out over San Francisco Bay. Actually, I'm in the airport here in LaGuardia. I just finished up a really fun camp in Times Square, and now headed on to the next town. But I appreciate you having me on, brother.
No, absolutely. Tell me real briefly, how'd you get started with this?
Well, I tell you, it happened organically. I played 4 years of college baseball at Brown University.
Okay.
Didn't know what I wanted to do at college, and that was 2005. Had a teammate at Brown that moved to the West Coast, California, and was doing kids camps. He started doing kids camps. Now, what did I enjoy? I enjoyed music. I enjoyed acting, writing, directing, the arts.
Okay.
So I said, well, let's go to Los Angeles, and I've got a job coaching kids with my buddy. And see what happens. And somewhere along the line, I fell in love with coaching kids. I had really good mentors in the Los Angeles area as I started coaching that really showed me how to do it the right way. I, like many others, was doing it the wrong way. I was getting angry when kids were messing up. I felt pretty insecure trying to wrangle a bunch of kids as a rookie coach. But I had mentors that put their arm around me and said, hey, you need to teach them love of play, and you need to make them a better person, period. Baseball is just the vessel. So once I started looking at it like that, I think that's when Coach Ballgame was really born. My nickname was Jimmy Ballgame in college because I was kind of crazy. I actually hold the career hit by pitch record at Brown University. So that just transferred over into Coach Ballgame once I started coaching. But I've been doing it 20 years now, and it has evolved into a lot more. A big thanks to my wife, Mrs. Ballgame, who really gave me a shove during COVID to go all in with this Coach Ballgame thing. And I'm happy she gave me the shove because it's a fun ride.
There's a lot of people who are very glad that she gave you the shove. And I'll tell you this, I first heard your name from someone locally in the Buffalo area when they saw what I was doing, and I was interviewing a lot of ball players at the time. I've been doing a lot of AA, a lot of MLB players in one way or another, whether I've been working with them hands-on or interviewing them. And then someone happened to mention, hey, do you know this Coach Ballgame guy? I said, no, I don't know who you're talking about, right? And I did my research. I looked you up, and there's a lions, not sheep mentality in the Scott household. And I will tell you this, everything you stand for and everything I've seen, I think we could be brothers. I mean, I love the fact what you said, hey, it's a vessel. I love that. I do coach, obviously, everyone knows someone who coaches at some type of level. And there's the coaches who get real angry with the kids and they all think they're going out and they're going to win the World Series and they're getting scouted. And then there's the good coaches, as I would say, who show the kids, what losing's all about, who show them, how to, the basic plays, throw to first, this and that, right? I want to hear more about the Sandlot Tours. And is this what you're coaching when you're out there?
Well, it's funny you talk about the parents. I've really leaned into coaching the parents and the coaches. I did a Sandlot in Detroit, Michigan with Kirk Gibson, and he said, Ballgame, you got to coach the coaches and you got to coach the parents. I think it's important to let the coaches coach. If you're a parent, I totally understand why you're anxious and excited. And you want to yell during your kids' game, but I think they're going to perform a lot better if there's one box. But as I hit the tour, I hit cities last year. I'm going to hit about 50. My wife got a little crazy by the end of the year. We have 2 young daughters. I'm going to shrink that down to about 50 here. But the tour is pretty. I'm going to hit a city tomorrow in North Carolina. and we're going to do a 3-hour baseball camp. But it is not your average baseball camp. It's a birthday party. I want it to feel as joyous as a birthday party, and I want them to become a better person in the 3 hours I have with them. When they show up, first thing I do is I want to engage and build trust with all of these kids. So I come up with nicknames for them.
Yeah.
You might have seen the videos where we're rattling off the nicknames. They pick their own nicknames, and I do that because if I'm going to teach them to be a good person, if I'm going to teach them how to play baseball, then I got to build trust first. They got to know that I'm a listener, that I'm this grown man that's not just going to force feed information down their throat. I'm actually, I want to listen to who they are. So I ask them, hey, what do you love? What's your favorite super? What's your favorite cereal? And based off that, they come up with a nickname. So they get that. We break them up into small group stations. There'll be batting stations, throw and catch, fielding, a lot of different Sandlot type stations where it's we play games with a tennis ball. We play a baseball game with a volleyball, for crying out loud. It's a lot of fun stuff. Within that, I'll intertwine a few stories about my heroes, Roberto Clemente and Jim Abbott. And there's lots of volunteer coaches around. Hopefully they're soaking it up, putting some tools in their tool pouch. And at the end of it all, we unpack it. Any volunteer coaches, any parents that want to stay, we'll spend 30, 45 minutes just talking ball. How do we make youth sports better? And I think the secret to growing our game is to get kids to love baseball. Well, the secret to the secret is you've got to teach coaches and parents how to be awesome. It's my favorite thing to do, to go into a new town like Buffalo here in just about a month and sing my tune.
Now, have you been to Buffalo in the past, either as just a tourist or with the Sandlot Tour?
0 times. I have a gig with MLB as well, so I was just in Cooperstown last year for induction weekend. I'll do the same thing this year in later on in July. Or actually, no, it's actually 3 days. So here's what we got. We got Buffalo on the 17th. Then I got Stamford. I'm not sure how far that is. The following night, and then we go to Cooperstown for MLB weekend, where Adrian Beltre is going to be inducted. But no, to answer your question, never been to Buffalo, and I'm going to go ahead and be fully honest, full transparency. Always been a big Miami Dolphins fan, but you guys have always gotten the better of us. So don't let that stop you from signing up for my sale.
I'm trying to push people to sign up for the camp. I don't know if you're doing yourself any favors there, brother.
Hey, I want to be fully transparent. I want people to come, even though I am a Dan Marino fan.
Just in Buffalo for the one?
Yes, I'm actually coming from the All-Star game. I'm working with MLB in Arlington, Texas. We'll do the All-Star game. Then I shoot straight to Buffalo for 1 day, and then it's over to the next. Well, it's a lot.
I'll tell you what, I was just looking at my schedule. That is my night game with the Yankees. I'm actually going to forfeit my coaching for that night. I'm going to hand that off to somebody else, and I'm going to be at Coach Ballgame's Sandlot Tour. I'm going to sign up both of my boys. We're going to be there. One of my sponsors happens to be the best chicken wings in Buffalo. You're going to get a little taste of that. I was going to surprise you, but I had to let you in on that. You're only here for one night, so I got to give you the best of everything in Buffalo. Shout out to Elmo's. You're going to get some Elmo's wings that day. So
I can't wait.
275 Thorn Avenue, which is in Orchard Park. So that's about a 15-minute suburb of Buffalo. Okay. So we're not downtown. Where you are, Thorn Avenue is about 5 minutes from where we're building our new Bills Stadium. Yes. So if you hop in and you cruise down, you're going to see it in progress. So that's like top secret stuff. So a couple more things I want to mention. First of all, I love the nickname thing. I am a huge nickname guy. The only difference between you and I is I do give them their nicknames based on either their name, their look, or something they say the first day I meet them, right? So if one of these kids, they're a little intimidated when they meet me or whatever it is, and they say something silly, that's their nickname, or if they look a certain way, that's their nickname. But any way you want to slice it and dice it, nicknames are an absolute necessity to baseball. And anyone who thinks they're not is insane. I write the batting order by nickname. I plug them into Game Changer by nickname. By the end of me coaching, that's going to be their name. I hope people forget their real name, and And if you look at MLB and you look at the bios, coach, you always see, it says name, where they from, nickname, right? Mike Trout's the kid, whatever it is, like, these guys. And another thing very synonymous with the two of us, Roberto Clemente is my all-time favorite baseball player. I've been just documentary after documentary. I literally just met Manny Sanguillen on Friday night. Manny, if you know the story, notably absent at Roberto's memorial because he was still jumping and diving in the water looking for his body. That's
exactly.
Every time I hear it gives me chills. I finally got to meet Manny. I'll send you the interview. I did a 2-minute interview with him. There was all kinds of noise in the background. I said, give me 2 minutes. And I got him to tell me one story about Roberto in spring training in 1966. It's
amazing.
It's sick. You're going to love it.
Well, we are definitely joined. I love you a little bit more now, knowing that I just told the Roberto Clemente story in Times Square with Carlos Vallarta and Francisco Lindor, who are both Puerto Rican born.
Amazing.
Just to talk to them a little bit about the ripple effect that Clemente had on all the entire island. It's unbelievable. Big fan. Can't wait to bring that story to Buffalo.
Yeah, it is amazing. And every time I tell somebody, even right down to the 3,000 hits on the nose, they take you in some of the ins and outs of the Clemente stuff, which is just unbelievable. It's literally giving me goosebumps right now. But listen, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're about to board a plane. I am so glad that we got to do this. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. And unfortunately, with my scheduling, it was my fault. I take responsibility. But I am going to plug the heck out of this thing. Sandlot Tour, July 17th, Buffalo, New York. Obviously, if you want the listings of where all of the Sandlot Tours, this is a national show that I'm on with YouTube. It's coachballgame.com, correct?
So you can go to coachballgame.com and you've got your National Sandlot Tour drop down. Check it out. Scroll down to the Buffalo Sandlot. If you're closer to Stamford, then you can hop on that one. And then the very next day, I go to Cooperstown with MLB running some camps at Doubleday Field. So I'm very excited for that swing. So thankful you had me on to get the word out.
No, listen, absolutely. My pleasure. I'm, to me, this is as close as we have to a meeting in person. My pleasure. You come as advertised. Salt of the earth is how I like to describe people that I like off the bat. And that's what you seem to be. I will definitely see you on the 17th. And like I said, I'll be there a little bit prior to, but you and I will keep in touch with some private stuff there. So thanks again. Have a safe flight and we will see you in about a month's time, my friend.
Attaboy.
Take care. I love it.